Hello, everyone. Welcome to our charity presentation on South Africa today. My name is Candy, and hosting with me is Violin.
Hi, everyone.
So first of all, we would like to thank the Church of God in Vancouver for giving us their gospel chat room time slot so that we can present the good work that Lion Love Home has been doing for our global family and global community. So here you can see is a snapshot of some of the main locations that we operate our Lion Love Home programs in. So for myself, I've been to a few of these places. And next slide. So you can see in the next few slides that there's some free programs we offer the locals. So actually for myself, South Africa is the first mission trip for myself. And during the short time I spent in South Africa, I also help out with some of these programs. So from the maize meal program to help out with the basic needs, to the education program or Rising Star, we help equip, and also the next slide, which is the computer program for women, we help equip the locals and help out with their needs. So what we do is very, very special. So hope you can enjoy today's presentation.
Thank you for joining us. We'd like to invite the guests to turn on the camera and show their faces. And this year is really exciting because many of our volunteers, they went there to support and they have great experiences. And they are going to share you what happened. And also we welcome Gloria and Margaret. They are the local beneficiaries. And later on, they will share their story. I believe their sharing will touch your heart and also understand the meaning and the worth of our work in South Africa. Let's see the first picture. Do you know what happened? Can you guess? They experienced great challenge. One day after the meeting there, when they came out from the township area, they got gunshots. And one member was wounded, but it's a miracle. He did not need surgery. The bullet stayed in his leg, and later on he can recover. And another one, they also not too long later, they experienced car accident. Is it scary? Though we experience different challenges, but still we have that passion. We go there to continue to help the people in that area. Do you know why we still have the courage? And it seems what we need to sacrifice in order to do some good work. Because for Lion Love Home, we do more just to feed their stomach. And from the experiences of the volunteers, you may understand some. Let's invite the team. Yeah, big team. And they have many unforgettable moments. They have good experiences. And let's start from Jenny. Hello, Jenny.
Hello. So I want to share an unforgettable memory that I had there. So it was on a Mother's Day, and some of the local moms, we were just talking together, and they started asking me about my family. And I share with them how my parents usually get worried about me whenever I go overseas to volunteer, especially my mom. And then after they hear my story, they wanted to do something for me. They wanted to make a gift for my mom to show her that actually your daughter is doing pretty well in Africa, and also she's being taken care of, and she has a family there. And when I heard from what they shared with me, I was really touched. I felt they welcome me, and also they want to care for my family members as well. And in the end, I got a gift from them. It's a handmade bag, and I felt very warm and very touched by them.
Hello everyone, I'm Joseph. So earlier this year, Jenny and I, we stayed in South Africa for more than 1 month. And the place we stay in is actually quite decent, but actually just 20 minutes drive from where we stay is the township area that we serve. And in the township area, I see with my eyes and I experienced how poverty can really affect the growth of a child. So I have a chance to meet with many children in the area, and we have a lot of time to talk to them. And when we ask them about the environment they live in, some would say that at night or even daytime, they will not go out, especially girls, because they are afraid they may be raped. And for boys, they are always tempted to steal things because they want to get money to buy candies. And they did really dangerous acts. They steal electrical wires and get the copper and get the metal to get the money. And when I found this out, I had a chance to talk to one of the long-term volunteers there. And the long-term volunteer, he talked to this boy that we found out he was stealing the electrical wires. And when we confront him, he was crying. And I believe he was at the same time very scared, and he felt very helpless. And through this, we really see the needs of the children there. And from Monday to Friday, even Saturday, we have programs there to help the children, especially on Saturday. You see this meeting where some of volunteers, we have a meeting with the younger ones. And this meeting, we share from the Bible examples, how to live a righteous life. And we teach them how to have a good schedule, how to rely on God, to turn away from the bad things and ask God for help. And this is a very special experience for me, talking to teaching students, children that are of a different culture, and it's not easy to communicate with them. So you can see from the whiteboard, I try to draw many different diagrams to explain to them, and even my sharing is like a drama to them. But I treasure they were very attentive, and they really try to work out everything we teach them. And though they live in not a very good environment, I see hope in them. They do have a pure heart, and they do have the strength from God to help them to live a better life and a righteous life.
This year, we see a change in the family because when I went to South Africa, this is the 6th time. Many families, they suffer because the children always do not know where do their father go. When we ask where's your father? The children will answer you, he's working. But we know that he's not working because in the daytime, we see many men just wandering on the street and they are already drinking beer right in the morning. And the men there, they have a very low self-esteem. Some of them, they did try to find a good job, but there's no hope because there's no job available. And this year, Lion Love Home did a very meaningful program called Men's Program. In this program, we visit the home that has trouble in the family. And from family to family, we often visit them and we show them how to be a better man. And one man, his name is Larito, he gave me a great encouragement because he always wanted to look for a job. And then Lion Love Home, we provide him a machinery. He's very good at the metal work. And this machine can help him to be more trained and able to more focus on his work. And thank you for Lion Love Home donation on this machinery. And on top of that, when we do the home visit, we also give the family many good warmth and care. Not only we visit them, we also care the whole family well-being, the children, the wife, and also the husband. So when we make time like this, we find our time be very meaningful. And some of the family really have a big change. Larito, now he tried to save more money because he do not spend so much money on the drink. And at one time, one of his family relatives gave him a good comment. He bought a big bag of rice. In the past, he would keep some money because this money is kept for drinking. I feel very touched that when he spent a big chunk of money to buy a big rice for his family, this really shows that our work is really meaningful. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Alison. At the end of my 3-month trip in Africa, I was interviewing a beneficiary. She shared with me the hardship that she went through, how she suffered from physical and emotional abuse by her husband. And then she went on in the interview that she thanked Lion Love Home for all the support that helped her to go through all these struggles. And when we stopped the recording, all of a sudden she burst into tears and she looked very, very, very sad. I was quite surprised. And at that moment, I thought the wounds in her heart must be very, very deep. Even though now we support her and she could stand up on her feet, the wounds is still in there. So I hugged her, wiped her tears, and tried to comfort her. It was just me and her at that moment, no one else. And I want to go again next year I want her and others, beneficiary that we're supporting, to know that there are people who love them and want to support them. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Elaine. One of the things I enjoy the most is doing home visit. I remember visit a mom. When we visit her, she looks worried. And when we talk, she always looked down on the ground. She told us she had cancer and was in lots of pain. And when she shared with us, she knows the doctor told her she needs some treatment, such as chemotherapy or radiation. Yet no one have told her what this treatment is about. At that time, I was able to share my sister's radiation treatment experience. And also the other also share her husband's chemotherapy treatment. Slowly, bit by bit, her head raised up. We were able to have some eye contact. And guess what? At the end of our conversation, I can see her big smile again on her face. And we were actually singing and praise the Lord and pray together. We really feel love, support, and care for one another. I feel that this is our healing path. We already start our healing path. So it's very worth it to go again, even though it's full of danger. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Michael. And as you have heard from other volunteers sharing, South Africa is a very beautiful place. Yet South Africans face the difficulty of poverty and crime every day. There's also a lack of healthcare for its people. I think the most memorable moment in my trip was one of the local women who was diagnosed with cancer. And as we were praying for her sickness, she started to bleed heavily due to the cancer. We quickly helped her to get cleaned up and also got her to see a doctor so she can get medicine for her pain. But unfortunately, we heard that she passed away a few weeks ago from the cancer. But overall, I'm glad that during those times of hardship, our program in her community really helped her and support her for her last part of her journey on earth and continues to support her family. I treasure to be part of the volunteers who help as much as we can during this trip there.
Hi, everyone. I would also like to share one of my most memorable experience from the trip. Africa is a beautiful city, like what Michael said, also very dangerous. I remember our daily drive to this training center. The roads were in very bad condition, filled with many potholes and many rocks. On a normal day, it's already very hard for us to drive in there, especially in a very small car. When we were there, it rained almost every day, and the road became even worse. It was filled up with pools of water. But I give thanks to God that He really protected us and He kept us safe and also the car to be safe. But I was very touched by the students that came to the center every day. One of them had to walk almost an hour to the training center. And the road conditions, as you can see in the picture, is very, very challenging. But yet she was one of the first ones to get there. She was never late. And every time I see her, she has a big smile on her face. And she told me that she really, really enjoys coming here to learn about God and to also learn many things to help her in her life and to help her to face many challenges. And after listening to her stories, I feel very encouraged. And I feel that it is very worthwhile for us to go there and to be able to support them, to help them, and also to tell them about God. Really, it is a very memorable experience for me. And I also would like to go back. I really feel that we can do a lot.
Hello, this is Michelle, and I would like to share a personal breakthrough with you all. So this is my first trip our first trip together, going to South Africa as a couple. And before this trip, in the past, I felt obligated to make sure that we have good experience if we were going on a trip together, and we can also supporting the team with our best. And in our own life, sometimes I still feel stressed and upset at times with our different concepts and habits. So I felt I'm not ready to show others this side of us, like the real side of us in front of other team members. But in this trip, I learned how to work together as a team. We have our own strength and we can try new things together. And it's not the end of the world. Even if we cannot do something for a while together, we can take the time to learn. And from other members, I also get to see how to pick up new skills and also spend good quality time together as a couple. Coming back to Vancouver, we have better designed how to spend good quality time in our daily life. And from then on, I have less complaint, and we are able to set aside our phone during our mealtime, during our dinner, and talk about our days. And after dinner, we'll go for a walk, and we enjoy spending time together. I feel this trip helped me to have a breakthrough in my concept, how to work with Michael as good partner.
Hey everyone. In this trip, I also feel I learned so many things. I felt I got more help than what I could give out. In this trip, not my first time to South Africa, I could say that this was the most challenging one for myself. In the past, on the trips, I would go with a big team and there would be a lot of people with me. But this time it was just myself and my wife. For almost the entire trip, it was just the two of us. In the beginning, we had a few other team members with us, and one of them was much more experienced and felt very comfortable when she was there with us. But when she left, I felt very nervous because I had to take up all of the programs and things there from her. And I didn't feel very comfortable doing it in the beginning. It's not something I was used to doing. I prefer to just follow other people, but I had to make all the plans and arrangements. What helped me was just keeping a good daily schedule. In the past, I would want to really ignore everything else and just focus on the thing I need to plan for the next day and put all my time in thinking about it. But this time, I kept a very structured daily life. In the morning, I would have my time to pray and talk to God. And then I would also do all my chores like cooking and cleaning throughout my day. And I'd only schedule maybe an hour or two for me to finish up typing notes or preparing the class material. And there are times when I didn't finish everything up before my bedtime. And I had a very good bedtime too, usually between 9 and 10 o'clock. And when I kept this lifestyle though, when I kept this very simple schedule for myself, I found that I did not have the worries that I originally thought I would have started to go away. I found that it was easier for me to make the plans that I wanted to make And many times, even if I could not think of it right at that moment during the time that I set for myself, many times when I woke up in the morning, as I would talk to God, I would start to have new ideas and help me to finish all the plans and arrangements that I needed to do. I felt so hopeful. And through it all, I found that the schedule just kept my energy going as well. Though I may feel tired at times, especially because I'd been there for almost 2 months. And near the end, I also started to get a little bit tired. But by keeping this schedule, I found I have some renewed strength. And I didn't have to worry about what I was preparing anymore. And because of that, I really had more time to think about the people I was spending time with, the beneficiaries, as well as the people around me and the other volunteers, my wife. And through that, I found that I have more connections with them. Instead of just worrying about what I needed to do, I felt so happy I could really learn more about other people around me and enjoy my time with them as well.
Thank you for all the sharing. I want to ask, after listening to all their sharings, do you know Light and Love Home more? Yes. Through all the good work we do in different places, we really want to bless no matter the local people there and also all the volunteers. We really care and love. And we do from the basic, provide what they need. And also we build friendship. And it's not only one-sided. We want everyone to be blessed. And therefore, when I hear what our volunteers experience, really, I'm greatly encouraged. When we have a good heart to do something for the people, both sides get benefits. And let's invite Peter and Abby. They do not just go for a few months. They stay there for a long time. I believe they gain more. Peter and Abby, can you share with us?
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. I've been doing the ministry, yes, for more than 10 years in South Africa. I really missed them after I left in 2020. And I want to share particularly about our ministry to help the seniors. Now, in South Africa, the life expectancy is not as high compared to us in North America. I met many seniors. They say any year after 60 is a bonus, and it's a bonus from God. I really treasure what they say. So after I go back earlier this year, I met up again with our beneficiaries. In particular, two of them I want to share about. One is Brother Jonas. He first came to us, but he was not very stable. And it seems like he doesn't want to join the fellowships or the programs. But when I went back, it was so different. He came every single time, whether it be program, whether it be church meetings or fellowship. Not only he come every time, he came early. And he was so passionate. He even invited his neighbors, his friends, not just seniors, but even encouraged the youth around his neighborhood to join our program and our church. I'm so, so proud of him. And the other is Sister Anna. See the one? She's right in the middle. She's dancing. She wasn't able to communicate in English. I needed to have a translator every time I visited her. But this time, she spoke English very well. She prayed and she sang in English. And she also bring a lot of brightness everywhere she went. Right here, she's the life of the party. And I really feel a lot of encouragement from them. And I receive really seniors. I don't think of them that they really, at this stage, need a senior home. I'm so happy they came to Light and Love Home. So very, very encouraged by them.
This year, I also went back to South Africa. I'm so happy that I can bless a couple. That's Yesi and also Nasipi. I met Nasipi in 2019. At that time, I was interviewing her in a child sponsorship program. At that time, her husband actually was in prison. and her son was very young, only 3 years old. So her life is very difficult. A single mother and a husband in jail, and she visited her husband every week and need to support the family. So we sponsor her child, and through that we build up the friendship. And this year, when I went back, I'm happy to see Yassi already here, coming back home. And Yassi thanked us so much. He told me many times, usually the woman, they would run away if the man is in the prison. But because of our support, not just support Nasipi in her living, but we also let her know the Bible principle, one man, one woman. That's why Nasipi is willing to continue to commit to this relationship. And Yassi was so touched that all through those times when he was in prison, Nasipi was her great support. And now this year, when I came back, they're so happy to commit to one another. And I was there to bless their marriage, to witness their commitment to one another. So actually it's very difficult because in South Africa, the relationship between couples is not strong. I can see that through our help, our support, and Bible principle, through relying on God, they learn how to build strong husband and wife relationship. And now I also want to introduce one of my special friends, Gloria. I have known her for more than 10 years. We first met her in our Lights Enough Home women's sewing class. And after that, we became very close friends, not just beneficiary, but actually she also a member of the church, and we support her and care for her for all her aspects in her life and also her family. She faced a lot of challenge, and today she's going to share one of a very big challenge in her life. Gloria, please share.
I will share about me and my daughter Valencia. The time she got pregnant, it was a surprise for me that day when I found out that she have a sexual relationship. Is the day I found out that she's pregnant, and she was at school. When she came back, then I confronted her, and I disciplined her because I was so very angry on her. I did not know what to do. I felt like she disappointed me. So it took me a long time like to forgive her through her pregnancy. But the time when she was about 7, 8 months is when she started to have a pregnancy pains. Then I supposed to help her and support her, even though it was so hard for me. But I remember in 9 months, when she was 9 months, we went to the hospital 3 times. The 4th time is when she go to labor. And then she found a baby boy. And then after that, she's supposed to go to school. But because of the baby started to sick, and then when we took him to the hospital, they say Valencia must breastfeed him until he's well because there's no other medication they could give him. So my heart felt more stressed. Then I share what I'm facing to brothers and sisters, and we talk about it. And then the following year, Valencia go to college to study. So I apply for NSFAS, but that time the NSFAS did not pay for Valencia's fees. And then brothers and sisters, they helped me so Valencia can go to school. And so I treasure that I have brothers and sisters. They help me through the process of me and my daughter. So even now, they still care for us because even the boys' family, they don't care for Valencia's son. So, but I treasure that I have a God's family. They also support me.
Yeah, I was there, and I'm happy to see Vanessa can go back to school. And here is Margaret. She was one of my computer class students. But later we realized that not just computer knowledge that helped her. Actually, in her life, she really need guidance. So we've talked with her. We tried to guide her through some challenge in her life, and I'm happy now she have already gone through that difficulties. Now let's listen to her. Margaret.
I have one son. I'll share about my personal life. Bobo's father left me when Bobo was 5 years old. I found a boyfriend. The relationship was good, but he started to cheat on me. I decided to stop the relationship, but felt very hurt. It was during the week in a fellowship with brothers and sisters. They share about the Lord. He is our true beloved. The Lord spoke to me. Only me, I can love you with a true love. This comforted my heart. I started to focus more on the Lord. Being a single mother, life is tough. I'm not working. It is difficult for me to provide for my son. But I prayed and entrust everything to the Lord. The Lord provided for me. I give thanks to Light and Love Home. There is an amazing meal program. I was a Light and Love Home volunteer. There was a training course. With the allowance and the sponsor money, I can survive with my son. I give thanks to God and all brothers and sisters for your love sharing. Thank you all for your support.
Thank you for the sharing from Margaret and Gloria. I think from their story, you understand what they face and the challenges in the township area. And Land Love Home started from sending maize meal or child sponsorship. We build a relationship, but we know that we cannot solve the root problem by providing food only. And really, through the program, we build a trust, and they started to listen to what we believe. And they started to understand God's love is our motivation. And also they understand God's principle from the testimony of our life. They really see love. And therefore they also have some changes in their life. When we listen to their stories, we are encouraged. And really your support to Light and Love Home make a big difference. Now I want to share you the song. The members, the children, they like to sing the song. And in the past, they always thought they failed many times in their life. And they were lost. And this song, the title is We Are on the Winning Side. They sing in their local language. When they sing, you can see their joy, and you can see the hope. Really, we cannot say we are the lights in this area, but we bring light. We bring in what we believe, and we share the truth. Let's enjoy the song together.
Yes. I really enjoy looking at that video and their smiles. I think the joy we see is really the years of commitment and love from our Light and Love Home volunteers. Yes, we equip the beneficiaries and help them in practical ways, but it's when they experience the true love from God and also from our volunteers that you can see their lives to be changed to be victorious and to be on the winning side with God. So hope you enjoyed today's presentation and hope you are inspired. We invite you to come and listen about our children's home presentation about in Nepal next week. So we will end here and hope to see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.